Taika, what was your reaction when you found out?
The first thing I did was Googled Star Wars. And I was intrigued. I had to find out what this was. Was it a political thing? Was it a real thing? That's my first thought. There's a war out there that we don't know about. And someone is trying to blow the lid off this thing that's been hidden for years. And, you know, I was very keen to bring this to the public eye. Found out that it was all made up in the 70s.
And then I Googled Taika to find out who the hell is that? What a name, you know? And I wanted to find out if he made the name up, because, you know, actors do that all the time.
Yeah.
And
all names are made up, apparently.
Well, eventually, yeah, from someone, yes.
I'll be Maxine today.
What is a Taika?
Waititi.
It's a type of wool. It's a fabric. Very fine,
Yeah.
yet very gentle, yet also has a scorching quality about it.
Often used to exfoliate.
Gina, can you help us out and answer
yes.
the question?
Okay. It was one of those jump up on the couch moments. For me, it came at the right time, and it was just a life changer.
The Taika cloth from Venice?
Meeting Taika was a life changer.
And we have a lot for sale, just over here. What was it like for you? I mean, Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
When I met Jon Favreau for this project, he asked me if I was a fan of Star Wars, and I told him that I didn't have a choice because I was born in 1975. And so I saw these movies in the movie theater, and they shaped my imagination. Empire is most indelibly marked in my memory and my childhood imagination. So, you know, what a silly question.
Yeah, well,
We all freaked out.
yeah, we all jumped I jumped for joy. I know for me, these films, they formed a part of my childhood, and they gave me the ability to dream and to feel like they would take me to another place. And when you have a film that does that in an imaginary world that could be so real, it's very exciting for you. They taught me how to feel like a champion, how to feel like there are always going to be challenges, but that if we are able to come together as a family somehow, and if I could believe in myself, I could overcome anything. So for me, to be a part of this was very exciting when John asked me. I'd worked with him before, and I thought, oh, the challenge of this will be to really honor the history of this franchise, and I think we all do.
And I just dig outer space.
Yeah,
I just want to be in outer space. I've been on the planet way too long. It was time to venture off, you know. And since I couldn't pass the astronaut's test, Star Wars, come on.
Yeah, the Mandalorian is a character, I would say, built on these icons of film history that we find in some Akira Kurosawa samurai movies, Sergio Leone, cowboy western, spaghetti western, the lonely guy who won't tell you his name, in this case won't show you his face, and a lot of moral ambiguity, and I would say expressed more so in this series and with all of our characters. You know, I think that the moral universe of Star Wars can be very specific and kind of black and white. There's good and there's evil, and in this one we start to play with the boundaries of that more, and that is dealt with very interestingly with this character. It's not your typical hero.
It's possible he's an antagonist. He was someone who was very high up in the Empire years ago, a very high up officer. He's kind of an imperial remnant of that time after the Empire fell. We have all of these marshals who are given different areas to be the top cop in. But I know my character, Moff Gideon, has other ideas, and he could be a savior. Because in a world that is lawless, with leaders who exhibit kind of a faulty power because they still have ideas that they want to aggrandize themselves. We're in that world right now, and that's why the show is so very particular at this time in our history. Yes, it's entertainment, but yes, it's also enlightening in the way that we are all struggling with that moral boundary. Do we accept, do we not accept? But you know what? Pedro's the boss. I got to listen to Pedro, but is Pedro really all there saying the things that I really agree with? Oh, but Pedro represents me. So all of this plays into what we're trying to express in this very, very, very complicated piece that people seem to think is from the 70s, but now it's reinvented and it's here and it's on us now, and it should be very informative and very exciting at the same time.
For me, it was seeing the droids. Like a lot of the things in the show are done practically, like creatures and droids and stuff, like they would have done it back in the original films. And also, we had a rule that that all the camera work needed to be as close as possible to how they would have done the camera work in those original films, and that's why it feels very solidly in the universe.
If you knew the atmosphere, which we can't tell you, but if you knew the atmosphere and all the people and all the characters, just looking around, every time I went into work, I felt this is what Star Wars is, and just looking around, it was insane.
Oh, the lava tunnel. That to me was like,
What lava tunnel?
What lava tunnel?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you know, everybody's has a lava tunnel, right? You had to be there, believe me. It's like
just
something
the
from another planet. It's out in the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The moment I put on the helmet, it was a big geek out moment.
We were
Not
all
like I had-
relieved when you put that on too.
Finally get to stop looking at that stupid expression on his face.
I love that.
Shut him up.
Really, put that on.
The only
What
things,
amazing
the only things he can.